What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So let's start this video with this insane picture of Rafel Bal from one of his preps from last year. Now if we speak about just those beautiful lines, great aesthetics, amazing flow, that crazy X-frame, one of the best V-taper out there, then this picture screams out loud that he is probably in the top 3 most aesthetic bodybuilders in the men's open bodybuilding right now. But the thing to worry about in regards to Rafel Bal is that, will he ever be able to put on enough muscle, enough size on that frame? Well, we really do not know, because some physiques can only get so big. And if we just compare Rafel's progression since 2021 to 2024, and I'm mentioning 2021 because him and Samson, they were pretty much on the same level that year. And Rafel did beat Samson Dauda in one of the shows that year to earn his first ever Olympia qualification. Well, the progression in size that Samson made versus what we saw from Rafel Bal, and we have to keep in mind, Samson Dauda never took the whole year off, while Rafel Bal, he took more than 1 year off. But still the size difference, that is insane. I mean, Rafel Bal isn't even close to any of the top 5 guys at the Olympia, let alone the reigning Olympia champion Samson Dauda. If however Rafel Bal is able to put on, let's say 10 to 12 pounds of solid muscle, maybe in the next 1 or 2 years, and at the same time is able to keep his waistline as tight as shown in the pictures, then there is no reason to doubt that he can fight for that Miss Olympia title one day, because there isn't a single muscle group that's missing on Rafel Bal. He doesn't have a single weak shot. Now if we are being totally honest, other than the Arnold Ohio look of Rafel Bal last year, he wasn't very impressive in terms of size that he brought to stage multiple times at the Olympia in the post-Olympia tour. And we have to keep in mind, he did not compete at all in 2023, but the good thing is that he is already qualified for the Olympia this year. So he does have this whole season ahead to put on some solid muscle and be undeniable at the Olympia this year. Guys, Mr. Olympia Signature Series is now live on hostel.com. Use the code FAZI10 to get 10% discount and click the arrow below to check out all the hostel products. Initially, when I read the caption of Patrick Moore's latest post, it made no sense, because the media analyzes the physiques and predicts how a certain athlete would do in the upcoming shows, which by the way in Patrick's case is gonna be this upcoming Arnold Ohio. But you look at his Instagram stories, it's clear as a sky what the caption is all about. So that boxing background of Patrick Moore, that did actually pay off in a rare street fight, and he was actually able to come out on top of the other guy until that third guy jumped in and he started beating Patrick Moore as well. Now we do not know what is the actual background of this story, but I am gonna put the perspective of the other guy here as well, who claimed that Patrick Moore owed him some money, and he was also threatening his staff as well. Now if you ever wondered, how would a 250 pounds bodybuilder would do in a real street fight? Well, here is the preview. Now Patrick must be dieting pretty damn hard for this upcoming Arnold, as we are about 5 weeks out, and knowing that he's working with a guy like Chris Aceto, he must be on low carbs right now. So last year we did saw a ton of drama with that Mike and Jeff Nippert situation that got a lot of media attention. So this might be the first drama of 2025, which will also get a lot of attraction. So the fight ended with the cops getting involved, and this is all we know so far. Next up we have the physique update from Juan Prels, checking in with his coach Francisco Espin, just as he also starts prepping for this upcoming season. And just at the first glance, you can just tell the man is drastically improved compared to last time we saw him on the stage, which was about 2 years back at Empro Classic Spain, when he made his open bodybuilding debut against the likes of Michael Crizzle, Andrea Presti, Josema Beast, and a bunch of other good bodybuilders as well. So right now those big sweeping quads and those wide lats, they are enabling him to create such an impressive X-frame. So after turning pro, Juan has done only 1 show, and he's gonna be coming back after more than 2 years gap. And right now, judging from what we are looking at after this long off season, I have got to say that was worth everything. And so far it looks like all that off time, that paid off. And the only thing we have to worry about is his condition, because if he can bring the condition as well, I believe the man is gonna be super dangerous. And Francisco has worked with guys like Vlad, Rubel, and so many others, and he was able to dial them in extremely well. So fingers crossed for Juan Prels and his comeback, and also his pursuit for his first pro win and also his Olympia qualification for this year. Now he has already got a huge fan base, especially in his home country Spain, and it is a high probability that Juan is gonna be doing Emperor Classic Spain, which is happening in June. Guys, Gorilla Wear is offering a massive discount of up to 70% right now. Use the code Fazi10 to get 10% extra discount. Next up, we have an update from Hassan Mustafa, who is continuing this great off-season run. So this is him way over 300 pounds, and he isn't one of those guys who stays relatively lean, especially in the off-season. Now Hassan, we also had a terrible run in 2024, where he did 2 shows, and he missed his mark by a mile in both the shows. And I'm gonna go on and say, unless he nails it 100% this year, he isn't gonna be able to win a pro show based on the competition, and he won't be able to qualify for the Olympia again. And this trend that's coming up, that we're gonna see more and more top guys compete multiple times every year, especially because of that increase in the prize money. Many of these guys, they're gonna have a hard time qualifying for the Olympia. Now honestly, if Hassan was shredded like he was at the Olympia 2023, he could have won both Chicago Pro and Toronto Pro as well last year, but he ended up outside of that top 5, and the judges gave him a clear signal that he has to come in shredded and bring the condition, and they do not really care about the size unless the conditioning and the detail is there. Now Hassan will always have some disadvantage in terms of not having a great V-taper, not having enough statics, but at the same time he can make up for that with his amazing muscularity, and he can rival with most of the IFBB pros in the men's open class. So it is going to be very interesting to see which shows he go for in 2025. So hopefully this time he's going to come in peeled and is going to focus on conditioning and detail more. Next up, we have today's physique update from Vlad. So there has been a record number of guys hitting that 300 pounds mark in the last couple of years, and Vlad is also in that category. So before Chicago Pro last year, most of us thought that he can look that good only on his Instagram, but the man proved us all wrong by bringing a phenomenal package and placing a very close second behind Muhammad Fada, and he also brought a great package at Tampa Pro, where he placed third behind Joan and Muhammad Fada. Now, the Chicago Pro was easily the best look of his entire career. In fact, he was better than Muhammad Fada from the back. Now, I have no idea why he did not do any other shows after Tampa Pro, because the man was in a superb shape even weeks after both these shows. And he also mentioned that he was willing to do the European tour like Europa Pro, but he was unable to do that because of some visa problems. Now Vlad is undoubtedly one of the biggest freaks that we have seen in the modern times, and his ability to stay so freaking lean and ripped throughout the year, that is something truly remarkable. Now he has been on the Olympia stage 2 times already, and his aim is to make it 3 times this year. So, can he qualify for the Olympia? Well, I think he can, if he picks the show more strategically. So hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video, and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.